Battle between evil versus good. It's simple as that. You think for yourself, and then you decide on what you think it's better. But we're not here to force you to decide to vote no or anything. It's up to you. If you decide to agree with this, that's good. It's your decision. If you decide to disagree with it, that's your decision. But I'm saying, look at other countries that went down this road, and then you decide, do you want this country to be like that? No. Because it's simple as that. That's what they're trying to do. The government wants this argument between the left and the right, so it distracts us from the real enemy, which is them on the top. Simple as that. And we need to wake up and start opening our eyes and start seeing that it's not a battle between me and you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. The only reason why you see Tiny throwing fists at rallies and stuff like that is because people are attacking elderly people. That's the only reason why I got involved. I got sick and tired of seeing people mob like dogs on the street. And I told people that comes out with masks, hey, I will lay my life down to defend your freedom of speech if anybody from my side is attacking you.
Amen.
Simple as that. Because I believe in the Constitution, and I believe in what's right. And like it or not, even if you disagree with me, it's still my right, because we have different views, but we don't have different rights. That is what this country was founded on. So think like that, guys. Have a conversation with some of the people that came out here, because I know some people told you guys that we're white supremacists. Well, as you can see, I'm straight up coconut. FOB, F-O-B, fresh off the boat, 2014. That was my first time seeing green, yellow, red streetlights. We don't have that in the island. But I'm so in love with the freedom we have in America, that's why I'm standing up for it. You know, we don't even have guns in my island too. This is what we used to kill people in my island. That's why I don't believe in all this stuff that's going on. But hey, all I'm saying is, learn how to disagree without disrespect. Have a civil conversation with somebody. Come with an open ear, open heart. Getting ready to listen to somebody that has a different opinion from you. You know, and then you guys can agree to disagree. Because if you say what I'm saying is hate speech, I can pick out some stuff that I disagree with you that's hate speech. Just because you disagree doesn't make it wrong, doesn't make it hate speech. Because I can say I love bacon, and it can be hate speech to a vegan. That's why we have free speech. So say whatever you say as long as you're not hurting anybody. So God bless everybody. Let's have a good time today.
All right, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to speak up, or anyone has anything to say. This is pretty laid back. It's pretty simple. Sure.
You've spoken about like how the age limit and those changes, but what are your group's thoughts or your thoughts on increasing gun owner education prior to having a permit?
Okay, so one of her questions is, one of the requirements is increasing the requirements for gun education. I understand that. Unfortunately, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to stop anyone from murdering someone else. Okay. So one of the major issues is not accidents with guns. I think that it's a fraud in order for the government to get more money from you to make it harder just to get your license. And it's my issue with that in terms of requiring classes. It's not going to stop at that. It's going to keep going forward. Just like in Portland or in Oregon, some of the requirements that they have is just going to get more strict, and so I see no reason for it statistically. The same reason why the main issue is suicide, right? Most of the deaths, 20,000 a year in the United States, is from suicide. That's like the main issue. So if we want to really go to the problem, we should really focus on mental health in terms of helping people out who are suicidal, especially our veterans. So I don't think that gun safety is the problem in terms of people dying statistically. So.
But even just the basics, I mean, someone that can, I have a gun, right? Like, yeah. All I have to do was go give my fingerprint to the sheriff's office, and that's it.
Yeah.
But like, I also learned how to stand correctly, how to aim correctly, how to breathe correctly. Like, there's so much more complexity than just, I can protect myself.
But how many people die?
How
many people die from not standing right?
I don't know. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Well,
like,
the thing is, there's classes everywhere that you can do for it. It doesn't have to be a requirement. If you don't feel comfortable with the gun, you can pay to have a class to take class. Yeah. It does not need to be a requirement.
We don't need more requirements.
That's where I'm not comfortable with that.
Sure. So, and that is part of this bill which is the least of my concern on there, but they're putting everything together in one. That's the problem. So it's still a no on 1639. Even if I were to agree with you, it's still no on 1639 because of everything else. Like the fact that they're going to require you how to lock up your firearms in your own house, which makes it completely useless in self-defense situation.
But that does contribute to the statistics, right? Is that in most of these cases where we have had mass murders, it usually is from a family member or a household member who didn't realize the gun was even missing.
Okay.
So doesn't that,
Sure.
in fact, contribute to that statistic?
Okay, so you want to talk about, okay, absolutely, you want to talk about mass murders, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
okay.
isn't that usually...
So mass murders, unfortunately, this is not going to be very popular to say, guys, but mass murders aren't a problem statistically in this country. It's sad to say. It's emotionally charging, and it sucks that it happens. Okay, but we're talking about 300 people per year who die from long guns. 300. That's it. So I don't understand. Even if we were to actually lock up every single long gun, these people most of the people who go out and murder, you're not going to save any lives. Is the issue, and you're going to. What's the point of having a gun in your household for self-defense? Someone breaks into your house and you can't use it. It's locked up. It takes too long. What's the point? You have it in your household so that you can defend your household, especially single mothers. Single mothers living in high crime neighborhoods, the worst thing they can do is have their gun locked up, especially if they've been broken into 3, 4, 5 times and then become targets. So, do you have any other questions? Yeah, those are legitimate questions though. Thank you. Is there any other questions on 1639 or anything?
How are you doing? I have a question.
Doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm awesome.
I'm glad to be here.
Good. Yeah. Welcome to WSU. So I was like reading a lot about the opposition for this bill, and I was wondering what would better alternatives be? Because like I know that some people might not agree with it, but guns, there has been violence, there's been deaths to the names of guns before, and that is a problem. So if not like this, what are other alternatives that you think could help that?
Sure. Okay. So you want to solve the problem in terms of there's 10,000 people per year who are murdered by guns, right? Okay, and almost all of them are from handguns. Okay, so your concern is the 10,000 people who die every single year from these weapons, and I understand that sucks that happens. Okay, and I'm not here to downplay it, but that number is insignificant compared to some of the other problems that we have in this country. Insignificant. The fact that what guns do is it saves millions and millions of lives from genocide in this country. So that's what we got to look at. What I believe, to answer your question though, and you can disagree with it, but to answer your question is, we don't need to solve that problem. We need less regulations, not more. We need more people, we need good people to own guns. If we had more of a gun culture in this country, okay, because we don't really have, like, even though people think we do, people are demonizing them like they're bad. If we had a rifle in every single household, law-abiding household, crime would go way down. There'd be a lot less murders.
It's not a binary issue of whether you got to take away guns or there's no solution. There's solutions. You just can't take away guns to solve the problem.
Amen.
Taking away guns doesn't help a man.
Everybody having guns. I guess my question is, how do you feel about mental illness? Do you think there should be some, safer?
I think, that's a legitimate question, but I don't know the answer to that, because we can't determine, who should or should not have guns in terms of mental health problems. If you have a history of violence, that's one thing. Okay, but there's a lot of people out there that they're just going to start going after you for every single mental health issue that you can possibly have. And then they're going to have to open up your medical records, which opens up Pandora's box. Okay, I truly believe, I don't believe doctors should be deciding who should or should not be able to purchase guns. That's my problem. Unfortunately, it means that once in a while, someone is going to get access to a gun who shouldn't, who mentally should not do it. I just don't know how to solve that problem.
What about parents who are concerned, like report that their kids, threatening to hurt people.
That's illegal.
We keep hearing about that where parents ask for help with their kids and they're not getting help and their kids go shoot up the school.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, or take their guns.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Well, I think that if you're threatening someone that's illegal, and the police should be called, and they should take care of that problem, because you can't do that. I mean, there's issues. There's examples where they're literally threatening to shoot up schools on social media. That's not legal, so that should be taken care of right away. So that's not a problem with taking guns. That's a problem with people, either the community not reporting it or the police not doing their job, or police standing down, which we've seen in some of these situations.
Hey, Joey.
For having guns in houses for kids.
What's that?
These are just things I'm wondering about how you feel about parents who have guns in their house and their kids are known threats.
That's not the gun, that's the parent. That's the parent's responsibility.
Yeah, that's the parent's responsibility.
That's nothing to do with
I don't know. Yeah.
I think this lady over here has.
Most of the handgun murders in this country are done by gang members and people committing criminal acts. Remember, criminals can still get guns, even if you take them from law-abiding citizens.
They will have. That's what happened in Mexico. Mexico, it used to be in the Constitution you can have guns. They changed it. They took away all the guns and they gave all the power to the cartels. Gave all the power to the criminals. That's not the answer. Mexico is one of the strictest gun laws in the world, and look at how many people are dying from gun violence. I mean, those are all American guns, but still. Did you have a question? Yeah. What do you mean? With background checks, you mean? Are you asking about background checks?
Yeah.
We already have laws in place right now where if you are a felon.
There should be less regulation, but then you're saying that they should be in houses of law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, there's less regulation. But what you're asking is, do I think someone with a history of violence should be allowed to purchase a firearm? Is that what you're asking? I don't think so. But to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, it's not very popular. I believe that if we make it as easy as possible for people to buy and purchase firearms, most of us are good people, and I believe that's going to deter people from committing acts of violence and deter people from acting.
Most of us.
Exactly. Right. But what I'm saying is, but how do you keep the guns out of their hands?
By having regulations.
How does that work?
Crime is done with illegal guns anyway.
Joey, let me say something. Well, what she's saying is, I'll let her. What you're saying.
That's why we all need to have guns so we can protect ourselves.
Joey. But I'm gonna let you in on this. I used to be a gangbanger, and most of my guys that was in this gang that I was in, that I left, they went to prison. And they still have guns. They still have a way to get it. Believe me, it's out there. So more regulation, it's only going to hurt like the law-abiding citizens, not the criminal. It's already illegal to kill people. There's law against murderers, but it's still happening. So how are we going to fix it? Not by taking the guns away from the law-abiding citizens and making them sitting ducks. Okay, look at this. There's two houses.
That's up to the person themselves.
There's two houses. One that says no guns. One that says this family is armed. Which house is the criminal going to go to? He's going to go to the one that doesn't have a gun in it. I'm just saying, but we protect our kids. Well, we protect ourselves and all our people with law enforcement and guns in our houses. But we protect our kids with a sign that says no go zone, no gun-free zone. Criminals, they're criminal. How are they going to follow the law?
They're asking legitimate
They've already
questions.
broken the law. They don't give a damn about the law. So all these politicians are doing, they're making us bad people. They're hurting law-abiding citizens by putting more regulations on guns and everything. So the only way we can solve it is, like it or not, is make it easy for everybody to get a gun. Because believe me, this female right here, I'm sorry to use USA makes sense. I'm big. I'm not sexist or anything, I'm just gonna say this. I can overpower her. But if I know that she has a gun, I wouldn't even think twice on doing anything to her. Yes, it's simple as that. It's common sense. So that's all I'm saying.
Any other questions? Yes.
So the sign saying the billionaire scheme, can you elaborate on that? I haven't really heard it.
Because the people funding this are elitists and they're very rich. So, like Paul Allen and Bloomberg and some of these other people. So that's what it is. But it's also going to bring more money into the government. because they're going to require more permits, more classes. They're going to increase the cost of firearms because even people who are selling guns, they have to go through a strict process. So it's funny because the billionaires, they hate guns, but they're surrounded by private security. So they want the rest of us to not have guns while they can hire their own private security.
We don't have enough money to hire any security. That's why we only have enough money to get guns to protect ourselves. Simple as that.
Anybody else? Does anybody? Yeah. Some of them do. Yeah. What am I telling you to think? Sure. So